are now familiar with the term of complex number. So even if we are calling these number as a complex number, still with the help of the complex number, finding equation becomes an easy task. So therefore, the complex number are indispensable for solving different types of the tedious differential equation. As a result of that, these complex numbers are very important. In that sense, we are going to see now how they are represented as a rectangular, polar and exponential form. For the same, let us begin with the rectangular representation of a complex number. We have written the complex number as the letter Z, and it is the addition of real part plus I multiplied by Y. Here it may written as A plus IB. So when we write the number in terms of A, B or X and Y, where the second term is multiplied with I while the first term is without any I. And this particular representation is said to be as rectangular representation or form of a complex number. And this rectangular representation is very important or the easiest representation of complex number. Here the X and Y coordinate are useful for the rectangular form. And for the polar form of a complex number, in 2 dimensions we have shown here. For the same, we have used 2 polar coordinates, that is r and theta here. We are at any arbitrary point over here, and that particular distance is at r distance with respect to the origin, where the value of r is indicated here. At the same time, with respect to this point, it will have some component of y, while it will have some component of x as well. So let us try to represent x and y component by taking the help of r and theta, because in polar form of a complex number, r and theta are playing the important role here. For the same, the x is r cos theta is the x component of this particular number, and the y component, that is y, is r sin theta is the y component. And x and y, if we square them individually and add them, then we will have x square plus y square is simply equal to r square, because cos square theta and sin square theta is equal to 1. So here we have represented the point or the complex number as or in the form of r and theta. Let us see how we can do it. So for the same, we have written z is equal to x plus iy. In previous equation, we know value of x, we know value of y. Let us try to substitute those values here. That is, z is equal to x plus iy will become as r cos theta plus I r sin theta. By taking r as a common, we will have cos theta plus I sin theta. If this is the complex number, then corresponding complex conjugate can be written as r cos theta minus of I sin theta, wherein we have changed the sign of I only. If we take the corresponding multiplication of them, then simply we will have z multiplied by z bar. We call this as the modulus square. And by substituting values over here, we will have z square is simply as r square, because this cos square theta plus sin square theta will give us 1. And henceforth, if we are calculating value of theta, then we call that theta as argument of a complex number. And from the earlier equation or figure, actually in this figure we can take the tan of theta, and tan theta will equal to y by x. So this property can be written here. Or from the known value of y and x, theta can be calculated, or theta is tan inverse of y by x. That is argument. So mod z is modulus of a complex number and theta is argument of a complex number. Let us see how this exponential form of a complex number is taken. For the same, all of us are familiar with the Maclaurin series, and we have taken any arbitrary number as a n. So e to the power n we have taken in the form of Maclaurin series. That is, e to the power n is 1 plus n upon 1 factorial, first term, second n square upon 2 factorial, third as n cube upon 3 factorial, and so on. And this is the standard series and all of us will know it. Here the value of n we are modifying as I theta. So replacing n as I theta, this equation will get modified and we will have e to the power n as e to the power I theta will equal to 1. We have kept it as it is. At the place of n we have written as I theta. So 1 plus I theta upon 1 factorial, n square we have taken as I theta square upon 2 factorial, I theta cube upon 3 factorial, and remaining term will be there. But we know that the value of I square is simply minus 1, the value of I cube is simply minus I, and the value of I to the power 4 is plus 1. So by taking advantages of those formula, we will have e to the power I theta is 1 plus I theta upon 1 factorial. Third term, that is I square, we have written as minus 1, theta square upon 2 factorial, plus, now we are having this term, that is I cube. At the place of I cube, we have written as minus I, because I cube can be written as I square into I, that is minus of I, into theta cube upon 3 factorial. Now this term, that is 4th power of I theta, we have written as I to the power of 4, that is I square into I square, or minus 1 into minus 1 will give us plus 1. So plus 1 will give us this term theta to the power 4 upon 4 factorial. The next term will be I theta to the power 5 upon 5 factorial, and so on. So by observing each individual term in this equation, you will notice that there are some terms which are multiplied to I and others term which are absence of I. For the same, let us bring those terms which are multiplied to I separately and those are without I separately. So here we have did the same. The first parenthesis will represent these are some term from the previous equation in which I is absent, while the second parenthesis which are multiplier of I. Here we have taken the advantages of the standard formula or series of cos and sin here. For the same, we know that this equation is apparent as if there is having the even powers. So this is nothing but the series of cos. So here the first parenthesis is consist of even powers of theta, while second parenthesis is having odd powers of theta. As a result of that, we can replace the first parenthesis, which is consisting of even powers, as a cos theta, and second parenthesis, which is consisting of the odd powers, as sin theta. But there is the terms I is here. So e to the power I theta henceforth can be written as cos theta plus I sin theta. And we have taken the advantages of cos theta is equal to this, which is the even powers of theta, and sin theta is this, which is the even or odd powers of theta. Or this e to the power I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta. Henceforth we will call this as a Euler's formula, or the exponential representation of the complex number. We can write this z as r cos theta plus I sin theta from the previous polar form. Or here we have kept this r as it is, and at the place of cos theta plus I sin theta we have written as e to the power I theta. And this is the Euler's representation of the complex number. So in this way there are three major types of representation or forms of a complex number. First is Cartesian, second is polar, third is exponential or Euler's formula. Because these representation or forms are very useful while solving the complex number problem. That is finding nth root, finding power, and finding logarithm of the complex number here.